going to create a video series about the Onshape CAD platform. On your screen, you see Onshape, and I've already logged in. So to get started, you will have to go to Onshapes, and you can typically type in Onshape, and you can see the address up here. It goes in for you, and you'll have to sign up for an account. You will want to choose Educator, and there are a couple different options, and we use the Enterprise plan here. So I'll take you back to that now. So just to get set up as a teacher, once you have your plan, you can actually go right here to Classes, and you can set up classes. You can see I've already got one set up, but I can also go up here to the Create tab, and I can choose class. So if I've got like multiple class periods, so I'll say 2024, and I also have a third period IED class, and we'll click Create. You can see what it does is it creates the class. Now I want to go back though and just into the Classes tab here, so you can see now I have a first period and I have a third period. It's not published yet. You'll notice this other one is published. Go in here to the third period. Let's talk about how to add students to this class. So I'll go to Members here. Click Members, and right now I don't have any. So I'll click right over here where it says Invite Users. Also notice right here that it says Manage via CSV. So if I've got a list, I could go ahead and upload the list as well. I'm just going to I'm just going to create one at a time. So I'll click Invite Users, and I'm going to type in the email of one of my students. So I'll type it in, and then I have to assign a role. Is this person an educator or is this person a student? And they'll have different rights. So you want to make sure you choose student, and then click Invite. They will get an email letting them know that they've been invited. So let's go take a look at that, how that looks. So this is what the student's going to see. They're going to see that teacher name added you to their class and the period number. And this is one that I did from yesterday just to save us a little bit of time. So in this case, because the student hasn't created an Onshape account, it's going to ask them to do that. So I'll have them create that Onshape account. It even gives them a link that they can click on to go. Now let me show you the screens that they are going to go through. So they'll go in there, they're going to have to add a password, put their name in, their role, and then their company name. And then they have to agree to the terms, and they can click Get Started. Notice the password. You're going to have to tell the kids, hey, listen, you're going to have to control your password. And if you lose it, you're just going to have to use the reset feature on the password. The next screen they're going to come to is it's going to say set your default units. So typically they can just handle it and take all the defaults on that. So we use inches, and then they can choose the decimals as well. So we usually clear out 3 spots. After that, they're going to go to the mouse controls. For most of your kids, they're not going to have a lot of CAD experience, so they can probably just take the default. However, if you are familiar with other programs in this list, you could have them choose those that would make it a little more familiar. And then next, they're going to set up a nickname. So what is their name going to be? They can even upload a picture here if you want them to do that. Check with your district's policies though. Finally, it's going to do a browser check, and it's going to make sure that your browser is capable of running Onshape, which most browsers are capable. And then finally, it'll take them to their home screen here. So you can see it's going to take them to anything that they've created in the past, which for most of them, they're going to see nothing down here at the bottom. They won't have anything yet. However, they will be able to see their classes. So they could click classes and they'll go straight into that. So let's talk about it again from the teacher perspective. All right, so I'm going to go back and just click Onshape. And this is from the teacher perspective. We're in classes. If we're not, like if it exited over to your plan, you can just click classes and it'll take you there. So here's a first period class, but here's also the one we just created. So I'm going to click on it. And let's talk about how to create assignments. So I'll click create an assignment. It's actually pretty simple. So we could say create an L bracket. And then we can come down here and we could type instructions. So, and we can click create. And now we've got a choice here. We can say, do we want them to begin with a new document, or do we want to give them a document that they can kind of take off from? So for those of us that are project lead the way teachers, if you're thinking through and you're looking at maybe the Trammell project where they've got to correct parts, we can actually say students begin with a copy of the selected document. In this case, we're just going to leave it as students begin with a new document. Okay, and then we'll publish assignment. Now the reason we can't publish here though is because we haven't published the class yet. So once we publish the class, now we can publish assignments. So I want to take you now from the student side of things. Let's take a look at that. So I'm going to go out and sign out of my teacher account here, and I'm going to sign in the student account. So now you can see the classes here. This person, we actually enrolled them yesterday so I could kind of test all this stuff. Here's the third period class. So they can go in and now they are going to see, hey, look, he's posted an assignment that says create an L bracket. So they can click that and it's going to say, all right, create a 2-inch L bracket with 2.25 countersunk holes in each limb. So they can start assignment. And it's going to pull up an empty document for them to get going with. So from there, once they hit submit, you'll be able to go in there and see that from the teacher side as well. You'll be able to look at that. Let's do one more. So maybe this time from the teacher side, I'm going to set up an assignment where I'm going to give them a document to work with. So I'm going to go into my classes and I'm going to say, you know what, let's do the third period class here. And I'm going to say create an assignment. And I'm going to take a look at a puzzle cube that we've done in the past. And I'll go ahead and click create. Now this time, like I said, I wanted to give them a document. So they're going to begin with a copy. So right here, I'll click that option and it says, all right, what document? So we're going to select it. So we're going to go in here. Now we do have to know where to go get it, right? So I've got things organized in different folders. Here's a puzzle cube I did. I'm going to say right here, puzzle cube idea number 1. I'll select that. And then I will publish that assignment. Now let me log back out and we'll go into it from the student side again so you can see what the kids are going to see. So here's the student side of the thing. Remember, I'm going to go in here to classes, right there. I'm going to say third period, so we go there. Here's the L bracket class that we started, or excuse me, here's the L bracket assignment we started, and here's the puzzle cube that we just assigned. So I'm going to click on that, and you notice here it says using your analysis tool, take a look at the puzzle cube and fix any problems. So I'm going to click start the assignment. And when I do, it's going to load up that document for them. So they're going to be able to go in here now. They can rotate things around. You know, they can use all their analysis tool, which we'll put in another video. And once they're finished, they can click submit.